the League of Red Cross and Red Crescent Societies play an important role in partnership with National Red Cross and Red Crescent Societies. In Malaysia, the Malaysian Red Crescent Society is fully entrusted with the responsibility of coordinating and ensuring the well-being and resettlement of the Vietnamese boat people. In consultation with the United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees, the International Committee of the Red Cross, and the government's Special Task Force. To cope with the great influx which began in 1978, the League mobilized financial and manpower assistance. And National Red Cross and Red Crescent Societies throughout the world rallied to the call for medical equipment, supplies and personnel. While the Malaysian government set up a special task force, National Task Force 7, to maintain law and order. Today, 12 years after, the action continues, and the MRCS finds itself requiring more funds to maintain and upgrade facilities for the Vietnamese boat people.
For the first 6 months of this year, the caseload is well over 8,000. I expect 7,500 Vietnamese boat people to arrive this year.
And the security field, it covers a wide gamut of all the facilities, which includes the operation theater, it includes the X-ray department, the laboratory, and also the dental and the pharmacy. In the preventive aspect, of course, we have got a very wide program, which includes vector control, chlorination of water, and also constant surveillance of all communicable disease.
Now, one of the major problems we will be facing in 1988 is the construction of a very large monsoon drain running from the top part of the island down through the camp and out into the sea.
The education program serves two functions. One is to assist in resettlement through language and orientation training. Number two is to improve the profile of long stayers and rejected cases.
The shores of Pulau Bidong, an island off Kuala Terengganu on the east coast of Peninsular Malaysia, has been since 1978 and still continues to be today one of the first ports of call for the Vietnamese boat people. Many sell their life savings for the ticket to freedom, which more often than not buys them a seat on a fishing boat or any seafaring vessel packed with fellow Vietnamese boat people, young and old, sick and handicapped, and all hungry. The MRCS is on hand to lend a helping hand when they land. And for most, it's the first meal after the hazardous journey. Many of the Vietnamese boat people who arrive on the island do so with only the shirt on their back and little or none else. The MRCS provides them with comfort kits comprising towels, blankets, clothes, and other basic necessities. With this attended to, the Vietnamese boat people are medically examined to ensure they are fit and healthy and carry no transmittable disease. For some, the sight of a familiar face or a long-lost loved one makes it all seem worthwhile. Yet for others, the first thought is to inform their families back home or resettled elsewhere of their safe arrival and whereabouts. To help re-establish contact, the Vietnamese boat people are given free aerograms and briefed on its use.
Mà các bạn thì ghi theo cái chương thứ nhất ở trong này, viết cho chúng để có thể các bạn có thể nhận được thư chúng ở đây.
Counseling is also carried out to ensure their mental well-being, as they may have been victims of rape, torture, or come from broken homes. time they are accepted for resettlement, which could be months and often years. But until resettlement, the Vietnamese boat people have to be taken care of. Medically, educationally, socially, and so on. Through the aid of the League, its sister societies and other concerned groups, the MRCS is able to provide the Vietnamese boat people with a decent, respectable life. The medical program at Pulau Bidong is supported mainly by the League through the provision of medical personnel, equipment, and finances. These include 2 doctors from the Finnish Red Cross, a nurse each from the Japanese, Philippines, and New Zealand Red Cross societies, a local dentist funded by the Swiss Red Cross, a local nurse funded directly by the League, and a radiographer from the Japanese Red Cross. The medical care facilities at the sick bay include an X-ray unit donated by the Japanese Red Cross, a TB ward, and other facilities to cater to the day-to-day medical needs of the Vietnamese boat people. Everyone is taken care of, the young and old. Men and women. The sick and the handicapped. But healthcare doesn't stop with medical care alone. It also means ensuring that the island is safe from health hazards caused by epidemics, improper sanitation, and other causes. A sanitarian, funded directly by the League, is responsible for these. To this end, the MRCS spends a large amount of the budget, close to 60,000 ringgit a month, to supply fresh drinking water from the mainland to the island every day. Other measures taken to keep the island clean, insect and disease-free include fogging twice a week, waste disposal via incinerators, and grass cutting. The construction of a monsoon drain is also in the pipeline to further improve sanitation standards. All these precautions to promote good health and proper living conditions would amount to nothing if the Vietnamese boat people are not given a nutritionally well-balanced diet. Many of the Vietnamese boat people, especially the children, suffer from malnutrition when they arrive. And a special feeding program has been set up for them. The other Vietnamese boat people are given dry rations like sugar, salt, and rice, and receive fresh rations 3 times a week to do their own cooking. If not for the support of the League and its sister societies and other concerned organizations like the Free China Relief Association, which has to date donated 8,500 tons of rice, the MRCS, the operating agency of UNHCR, will not be able to continue its massive relief action. To upkeep all these services, and especially to run the medical care program, 2 generators costing close to 100,000 ringgit was donated recently by the League to improve the power supply facilities on the island. The Vietnamese boat people who arrive on Pulau Bidong today differ greatly from those who arrived in the early years. Many of the new arrivals are unskilled, and some are even illiterate. And sadly, no one wants a Vietnamese boat person who's unproductive. To improve their prospects for resettlement, language, cultural orientation, and vocational training has been given great emphasis.